The hospital said that when your uncle first arrived, he had a temperature of 100.1 degrees, abdominal pain, a sharp headache, and decreased urination. Those are the words that they used to describe it. But now you have the records. That night that he went and was sent home, is that what they say?
I think you're asking me about his first visit and his temperature. But his temperature was 101, and he sat there. His temperature increased to 103. I don't know what was done before then, but he got released with a fever.
So he was released then from the records you have with a fever of 103. Obviously, that's surprising to a lot of people. You gave us a statement, Josephus, yesterday, saying that your uncle was treated unfairly. What do you feel was unfair?
Why do I feel that way?
Yes.
Because I feel he should have been treated better the first time around. He's the only person that has died from Ebola here in America. He's a black man. He's poor, didn't have insurance, came for a visit, and went to the hospital. Had that been another name, or another color, he probably would be living today. He would have survived it. And that's what's really hurting me the most, is because they treated him the way they did because of the color of his skin. And that's very upsetting and disturbing to know that you stand a chance if you're white, but you don't if you're black.
Do you think there was a way to get blood from someone who had survived Ebola from Africa, that there was something that they could have done that they didn't do?
Yes, there was a lot of things they could have done that they didn't do. They could have transferred him 2 states over from Texas to Emory in Atlanta. I requested that. They denied me. I requested a blood transfusion. They denied me. My mother requested a blood transfusion and serum. They denied both of us. I offered to give my blood. I offered to volunteer and help in the hospital. She's a registered nurse. She offered to go at the hospital and volunteer her time without pay. They turned us down like every step of the way. There were people in Africa available to contribute blood. They turned everything down. They said no to everything.
But in terms of the blood transfusion, do you know for sure that there was a blood transfusion and serum available from Africa? I mean, do you know that for sure? Or is that you're assuming because so many people there survived that there would be?
I mean, if you can fly a man from Africa 18,000 miles on an aircraft, if they wanted him to survive, they could have flew that blood over here from Africa, just like they did with those people. Nobody tried to help Eric. They didn't even give him a chance. If they would have given him a chance, he would have fought his way through. But they didn't give him a chance.
The hospital also
We couldn't even see our family the whole time he was in there. We never saw him. Never saw him, not one time. I asked if they could transfer him to Emory so we could be able to go there and see him. At least they had a facility. They told me that facility was not set up for that. Eric told me he could see people walking around his room. He could see them outside the door. Why couldn't we go there?
And you would have been willing to go outside the door. Obviously, in the room, they would, perhaps have been concerned about infection. But you're saying you would have gone outside the door so we could have seen you through the glass, but you weren't able to do that.
No. Let me turn this thing off, man.
Josephus?
Turn the camera off. Yeah.
Josephus, it's all right. It's all right. I know it's hard. And I know you feel that wrong things have happened to you, and it's okay. Do you think there's anything that can be done to make it right?
He's dead. There's nothing you can do. You can't bring him back. If they bring him back, I'm good. I mean, they can't bring him back. I just want my brother back, my uncle, my best friend. I want him back. I can't have him. I never will. He's a black man. He's poor, didn't have insurance, came for a visit, and went to the hospital. Had that been another name, or another color, he probably would be living today. He would have survived it. And that's what's really hurting me the most, is because they treated him the way they did because of the color of his skin. And that's very upsetting and disturbing to know that you stand a chance if you're white, but you don't if you're black.